Jim, a poor homeless elderly man, suffering from multiple disabilities, was cast out of his family's lives. His 4 children, Edward, Stephen, Emily, and Thea, were unaware of his whereabouts and could care less about him. Jim had to rely on scrounging through trash for foodstuff, and hand out donations from the public in order to survive, while his children were wealthy middle-class citizens with families, homes and money. But one day something miraculous happened. Jim received a $5 gift from a passerby on the street, so Jim walked into a local delicatessen to buy a drink when he passed the register and saw the advertised lottery numbers flashing there in front of his eyes. So, he bought a ticket. And, lo and behold, he was awarded $3.5 million the following day. Jim lived on the street with his best friend Michael, whom he shared everything with. Not feeling well one day, he went to a local hospital where he was diagnosed with 3 months to live. He had irreversible pancreatic cancer. He summoned his children, not informing them of his illness, to try to repair their relationship together, but they were uninterested in meeting. Eventually, upon Jim's death, his attorney contacted the 4 children to inform them about Jim's passing and the award of the $3.5 million. They were elated and came to the hearing and reading of Jim's last will and testament. They wondered how much money that they would each receive, eagerly smiling sarcastically as they waited for the reading at the attorney's office. Mr. Schull, the attorney, quickly denoted Jim's wishes from the newly devised will and testament. I, Jim Barone, being of sound mind and body, have omitted my 4 children from receiving any of my assets. Edward, Stephen, Emily, and Thea Barone will not receive 1 penny of my funds for mistreating me and disowning me in my time of need. I bequest my entire fortune to my friend Michael Sullivan for his kindness and generosity over the years, of which he must donate $500,000 to a local organized charity in my name. The children were flabbergasted and left Mr. Schull's office in tears and anger. So it goes. What comes around goes around. In the wake of Jim's passing, his children, Edward, Stephen, Emily, and Thea, were left stunned by their father's last will and testament. They had cast him aside, oblivious to his struggles and hardships, and now, they were faced with the consequences of their actions. As the news of Jim's fortune being left to his dear friend Michael Sullivan spread, the 4 children were filled with a mix of regret, anger, and guilt. They realized that their neglect and indifference had cost them more than just money. They had lost the chance to reconcile with their father and mend the broken bonds of family. Each of them grappled with their emotions in their own way. Edward, the oldest, reflected on the years he had spent avoiding his father, too preoccupied with his career and material possessions to make time for family. Stephen felt remorse for ignoring Jim's pleas for help and dismissing him as a burden. Emily, who had once been close to her father, regretted her silence when her brothers chose to cut him out of their lives. Thea, the youngest, felt the weight of her selfishness and now yearned for a second chance to show her father love and compassion. They knew they had made grave mistakes, and they couldn't help but wonder what life could have been like if they had chosen empathy and kindness instead. But it was too late for second chances. Jim's death had closed the door on any opportunity for reconciliation. As they witnessed the joy and gratitude in Michael Sullivan's eyes, the children came to realize the true value of love, friendship, and compassion. The fortune that had slipped through their fingers was now a testament to the power of caring for others and the impact of small acts of kindness. Over time, the Barone children began to change. Their newfound awareness of their father's suffering led them to volunteer at local homeless shelters, dedicating their time and resources to help those in need. As they interacted with the less fortunate, they saw glimpses of their father in the faces of the homeless elderly, and it stirred something deep within them. In time, their hearts softened, and they sought to make amends by honoring Jim's memory in a meaningful way. They decided to create a foundation in his name, supporting initiatives for the homeless, the elderly, and those suffering from cancer. The foundation would help people facing the same struggles Jim had endured, and it would serve as a reminder of the importance of compassion and forgiveness. Through their efforts, the Barone children found solace and redemption. They had learned a valuable lesson about the value of family, love, and kindness, even in the face of past mistakes. As they worked together to carry out their father's wishes, they began to heal and grow.